Lesson 4.2, Writing Equations in Slope-Intercept Form. So let's recall what this phrase means. Slope-intercept form is a way of writing a linear equation, and it looks like this. Y equals mx plus b. And we know that m represents the slope of the line, b represents the y-intercept, y and x and y are your variables. Okay, take a moment to write down your steps. These are the steps for writing an equation if you are given the slope and a point. If you are given m and an ordered pair x comma y. Take a moment to write down step number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pause the video, please. Okay, let's go ahead and work on problem number 1. Write it down. Number 1. Here's an ordered pair, -2 and 5. -2 is an x and 5 is a y. That's an ordered pair. And your slope is 3. That is represented by the letter m. Okay? Remember your goal. Your goal is to write the equation that goes through this point and has a slope of 3. Goes through -2, 5 and has a slope of 3. Step number 1, write the equation in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. Step number 2, substitute x, y, and m in this equation. So we're going to go ahead and know that x is -2, y is 5, and m is 3, and we're going to substitute. So 5 equals 3 times -2 plus b. We don't know the y-intercept of this equation, so we'll leave that as the variable. Let's simplify. 5 equals -6 plus b. Let's solve. Add 6 on both sides. 11 equals b. So, we know that m equals 3 because that was given. We now know that b equals 11 because we solved for that. And if we have m and we have b, we can write this equation in slope-intercept form. It looks like this. Y equals 3x plus 11. And that would be your answer. Okay, go ahead and work on number 2 on your own. Pause the video now. And when you're done, come on back and check your work. Okay, your equation is y equals -x minus 3. Check your work, please. Okay, so in this lesson, you will also be challenged to write an equation that goes through 2 points, and you're just going to be given 2 ordered pairs. You'll be given 2 ordered pairs, and you're asked to use those 2 ordered pairs to write the equation again in slope-intercept form. So pause the video, take a moment to write down steps 1 through 5. Okay, example number 3. Please write down these 2 ordered pairs. -1, 12 and 4, -8. Write down the 2 ordered pairs. So let's recall that in order to write this equation in slope-intercept form, we need 2 pieces of that puzzle. We need to know what is the slope of this equation, and we need to know what the y-intercept is. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to determine the slope of this equation using our slope formula. Remember, m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Since we're given 2 points, we can find the slope of this line using the slope formula. So let's do that. Let's substitute. M equals negative 8 minus 12 over 4 minus negative 1. Negative 8 minus 12 is negative 20. And 4 minus negative 1 is positive 5. So I can say that the slope of my line is negative 4. M is negative 4. So I'm halfway there. I've already solved for M. Now it's time to use the slope and choose one of my points, substitute into the slope-intercept form of the equation, and solve for B. So let me write the slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. Okay? And let's see. I get to choose which point I want to use. I can choose either one of the ordered pairs that are given to me in this equation. It really doesn't matter. You can choose whichever one you want. I'll just choose the first one. No special reason. You can choose either one and it'll work the same way. So I'm going to choose negative 112, and I also need to use my value for M and substitute. Okay? All right, so I've chosen the first point. So Y is 12. My slope is negative 4. X is negative 1 plus B. And now let's solve. Negative 4 times negative 1 is positive 4. Let's subtract 4 on both sides. And 8 equals B. Okay, now that I know M and I know B, and then it's easy to write the equation. Y equals negative 4 times X plus 8. And that's my equation. If you want to check that this is correct, you can take any one of the 2 points that are given and you can substitute for X and Y and make sure that this equation is the right one. So let's go ahead and do that just to show you how to check that this is correct. Okay, I'm going to choose the second one. You can choose any one you want. And I'm going to substitute into my equation. So negative 8 equals negative 4 times 4 plus 8. Well, let's see if that's true. Negative 8 equals negative 16 plus 8. Yep, that checks. Okay, so you can always check that your equation was written properly. Okay, try number 4 on your own. I'm giving you 2 ordered pairs, and you want to write the equation in slope-intercept form. Pause your video now. Okay, please check your work. Y equals negative 2/3 x minus 14/3. Okay, let's go on to number 5. In addition to his weekly salary, Ethan is paid $16 per delivery. Last week, he made 5 deliveries and his total pay was $215. Write a linear equation to find Ethan's total weekly pay if he makes D deliveries. So we want to write a linear equation that looks like this. T equals his total weekly pay equals plus, and we don't know what B is. We don't know that what he makes in addition to these $16 per delivery. But we do know this. We do know that when he made 5 deliveries, he earned $215. So We know the slope of this line, M, is 16. We also have an ordered pair, 5 deliveries, $215 total pay. Let's solve for B. Here we go. 215 equals 16 times 5 plus what number? 215 equals 16 times 5 is 80 plus B. Let's subtract 80 from both sides. 215 minus 80 is 135 equals B. So now we can substitute for B. So his total pay equals 16 times the number of deliveries plus 135. Okay? If Ethan does not make any deliveries at all in a week, he's still going to get paid $135, okay, as his weekly salary. And that's what we're solving for. Okay, let's continue. Linear extrapolation, write down this definition. Linear extrapolation uses a linear equation to make predictions. Okay. Let's continue. Use data from example 5 that we just did and predict the total pay if Ethan makes 12 deliveries. So the question is asking us, what does T equal if D equals 12? Okay, let's recall the equation was total salary for the week equals 16 times D plus a base salary of $135. So now let's substitute 12 for D. His total pay equals 16 times 12 plus 135. All right, let's solve this. 16 times 12 is 192 plus his base salary of 135. So for that week where he makes 12 deliveries, his total salary is $327. Okay, for some extra practice, you will do numbers 1, 4, and 11. It says write an equation of the line that passes through the given point and has the given slope. When it says write the equation of a line, that means you're to write it in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b, okay? 1, 4, and 11. And then here, you're going to do the same thing, but this time given 2 points. Write the equation of a line that passes through each pair of points. You're going to do 1, 5, and 11. Okay, so practice these tonight, and then we will work on this a little bit more tomorrow. Okay, don't forget to write down any questions you might have. God bless you. Have a great night.